multi-galactic in my greatness.
I'm glad you recognize
He
it.
sells,
I'm glad you recognize it.
yeah. Beast, you beast. I won't forgive you for that. I'll get you for that.
You want it off?
Well, that was such a straight line.
It was good. That was the best one I ever heard. That was like, I was having great philosophical discussion one night over a drunk bottle on top of a paint frame after the show. And I said to the character woman on the show, who was really quite smart, I said, you know, we came to the conclusion last night that only the simple people who didn't know anything were happy. The intelligent ones, of course, understand the great sadness of life and futility. Only the very simple ones have something to book. She said, I didn't know you knew so much about yourself. Just like you. Good old character woman that had a show for quite a while. God look at you for that. I love y'all. This, my dears, when I was on that end, this the PUA was about. My God, for once you can talk to your people that know what you're talking about and not saying, that's a pleasant little hobby. Up to a place in Southern California where the hoity-toity people are, and I did a performance that was so very grand, really very grand. Well, this is one of those women, I suspected that. This is one of those women. He doesn't care. Women's clubs that the truth is always there. And so, I got through with this show. I had spent all my life becoming capable of doing not only Joan of Arc, a gosh darn big show, a production show, and it was like nothing else that was in existence at the time. Big, son, B-U-G, big. And I was so proud, I was one of those people, I know you take a bow after that, the show is the thing. And so I was taken down the show. And this very full-flowing, chest-over, lorgneted came back and my work. It took me a lifetime to sculpt that figure, to carve armor on it, to make something. And finally, she finishes, gave me a check this big. I could live on it for another couple of months anyway. What a pleasant little hobby. This is a topper. What do you do for a living? I took this check, I'd never got such a big one, from an audience that I was aiming at, quote, prestigious, big, B-U-G, and drove away in a Cadillac, and, you know, diamonds, ring, all that stuff. What do you do for a living? How could you do that and with a straight face and look at that thing and the circumstances around it and ask a question like that? This is my superiority. Everybody, do you know what the equality
nothing
of man
can get quiet.
The real meaning of the equality of man. Everybody, regardless of age, condition of previous servitude, religion, or atheism, or anything else, has somebody that he can look up to and somebody he can sneer at. No matter where you are in the scale, it's always the same for you and me and him and her. Everybody is equal in this thing. You've got to be superior to somebody, if only in their humility, in their abasement, you know. Or in their fancied greatness, or their known fake about greatness, and their knowing it makes them. It's wonderful. This is the equality of man. So she was much superior to me, and I was much superior to her. regardless of anything. This is equality. That's great. Huh?
That's great.
Oh, sure. It's wonderful. All the ways you dance around, quote, the truth, dance around equality, except for, you always do that. Thank God it's wonderful. And I'm so happy to be in the middle of Isn't that nice? That didn't exist a while back. I went to people and says, have you ever seen the Tatarans? I never seen anything. No, I say to the Tatarans, have you ever seen Sarge? Because they all worked in a vacuum like actors. And when they weren't working, they didn't have enough money to go see anything. And when they were working and had enough money, they couldn't go see it because they were working. And then there is the super class that would go see your show, whatever it was.
I've heard of that sort of thing.
I got a man that made a fortune. Enough to retire on a couple of times and stuff like that. And a nice, good, decent, respectable, God-fearing man who takes his business seriously doing puppets and does endless numbers of shows. But you know, puppet festival?
Here again.
You know, you don't know anything about anything.
Here's your list.
Unless you happen to be the other way around and you know everything about nothing. Anyway, it's wonderful to be among friends and fellow interested people. We got something in common. We don't say, have an interesting hobby. What do you do for a living? I don't know how many times you and I have been asked that question.
Don't forget this famous quote by Mark Twain.
Right.
About being with your family.
Well, this is what I did. I said, you gotta know some more about fiddle playing. We gotta know there is a Heifetz if all we've ever heard is that kid learning to practice in the next apartment. You don't know anything about fiddle. You say, oh, puppetry, that's that lovely thing you get at the dime store or the drugstore that's open on Sunday when you've forgotten to get him a birthday present. That's puppetry, isn't it? It's all backwards. We're smart. We know how to find out about something we're interested in. Or, we're smarter than that. We don't have to find out that stuff. It's intuitive. Art, genius, any of that stuff isn't a gift. You don't just be given it. Oh, goody, I'm a Mozart. I composed at the age of 3. I'm natural. And I'm natural.
I'm going to spoil my natural talent if you want some.
Yeah. Oh,
That's the best. That's true.
she's dead now. So there was a very, very, very famous woman. She was, well, let's see if we can make a living with it. And so she didn't do shows, but she sent them out all the time. She'd get a number of shows, and she had the script, material, the show, the props, everything packed in a nice little package. And she had 4 or 5 of those, so that if you needed to send out more than one show at a time, she didn't hire people regularly. What was her name? Lived headquartered in New York. Very famous, died the other day. Everybody said, oh, such a wonderful woman. Speak well of the dead. You know. Anyway, she did this show. And the PVA was brand new. And I was out beating the bushes and saying, hey, why don't you come to the festival? And there's all kind of stuff you can find out there. What do you mean? Find out somebody else's stuff? I know how to do puppets. I don't want that stuff. So, all right. Maybe you can help us to find out stuff. That's what it's for, you know. Let's see how you do it. What? Give away my secrets of how I do it? You gotta be on it. It's awfully nice meeting you.
Those lines sound familiar.
Huh?
Those lines sound so familiar.
Do they?
You bet they do. They're still around.
Really? That's so wonderful. That's the European idea. That's why I couldn't get backstage at the Italian company. And why? No, this is the European way. This is a secret. You know,
They're like magicians.
yeah,
We
they're
don't
like
tell you their secrets.
same thing. When you know how it's done, it's nothing. But when you know, I had a fellow. He was a pretty nice old man. He wasn't senile or anything. And in fact, he was my second wife's father. And after the show, he said, because he had him in with his daughter, he says, how do you make them talk? Is that a secret? Now this is the European idea, and most people who go and look at a puppet show, it's their idea. And on the other hand, it's fine if you've got a great audience that expects something that is a mystery, and they got to find out how, and then you keep them away, and then, oh, isn't that wonderful? And so, we had this few days, and the more you know about how it's done, the more you can concentrate on doing a good show, not on, oh look, it moves. I've had them pin it up in the fridge, you know, and try to read the damn thing. And the puppet, yeah, and then I had them ignore it and say, look at this, it's beautiful. Look at me doing this, beautiful. All that kind of stuff is all right, you understand. But the object of my idea about puppetry is, this is a way of saying to you, this is a nice little flight of fancy. Did you ever think of it this way? I come to festivals now because yesterday I saw a Rumpelstiltskin so utterly different from mine. And I said, hey, isn't that fascinating? Yesterday, or whenever it was, I saw the damnable, let's do a piece for children, you know. Peter the Wolf would be lovely. And then you see the opera people can come and look at that. And, hey, that is cute, isn't it? You know, lovely little children sing and the narrator off in the distance so that he wouldn't bother the art going on. That's a form, fine. And so, I've seen it so many times, I've read it so many times, I've read the book so many times, lovely. My God, the man had no...
Can I move something down
He
for you?
translated it from the form that everybody's familiar with, just enough to improve it, to make it fit the medium, to make it include all the other things that they can improve it with, not alter it or make it less, or not make it duplicate, but put himself in it.
Hey, this is
Now that was a damn good thing to have the narrator on the stage doing the thing, not a disembodied cultural voice, not a sound effect going quack, 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 and the stuff we're familiar with in the musical intention of it in the first place, but to improve it a little, to make it a little his idea about it. And my God, that thing of the Moldau, how to interpret a thing by including ingredients from other things. The beautiful Chinese thing of making magnificent arabesques. That's a lovely effect. Let's see how it would work in this. And it goes down, down. Beautiful stuff. I never saw such imagination as there is just so far in this thing. And that's what it was born for. I could see what was happening. How wonderful. What's going on? I know. I've seen the Tattermans now. I've seen you now. I know more than I did before.
No.
Mr. Stevens, before you're
You're
born away
coaching
in your
115
chair.
a week.
Huh?
You're coaching 115 a week.
I love you dearly. This is what I am born for. This is my life.
Hey, I quote you on
Dan, we
that.
got another star.
Do you suppose we can quote him on this?
I love you. Listen, kid. Never close a show that's selling. Well, that's called practical. You see, I have to be a facade. There is no real me. This is my public self. You're right with it. But you know, these people, but the guy is, nobody could answer
How about your chariot? We're all gonna go down to lunch with you.
We're hungry.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Depriving people from
Get in
eating,
your
that's what you're
chariot,
doing.
Mabel.
Everybody's hungry.
I bet you.
Well, let's go eat.
That's what we're saying.
73? What a love, that was a vintage year.
And you said puppetry is an idea in motion.
That's what it
And I
is.
think it was beautiful.
That is. If there's no idea there, there's no damn sense in any part of it. A record is nothing. My friend, art teacher for all of his 58 years, made a beautiful block for me. Margie was making a quilt of all our art students, and we included, fortunately, our art teacher. So he made one of his beautiful things, and all it said on it was, art, not to inform, but to awe. Propaganda isn't worth anything, but awe and wonder. That's what it said.
This lady wants,
Okay, I have to
this lady
go
wants
eat.
to